Hey there, everyone. I wanted to come on and let you know how my body has improved since moving to Jamaica and just my health in general. So, I have my phone with my notes on it so I don't forget anything. The first thing that I wanted to say was that if you've been following my story, you know that I left the United States from the airport in a wheelchair. I did not feel like I had enough energy. I couldn't balance. I was walking on the sides of my feet. I had just been diagnosed with an autoimmune issue, and I was just in a really stressful state once I left. So, yeah, I could not get from the check in to the gate. So, this is kind of a big deal for me because I was very worried about myself, was very nervous. So, the first thing that I noticed was loss of inflammation. I used to feel very heavy, like my body just felt heavy, like I was just walking through mud or cement in the States. And also, my, like, I could feel like my joints being inflamed. I was always bloated. My face, I started getting moon face. There was lots of things where I knew that I had inflammation. Plus my autoimmune diagnosis. You know, when you have an autoimmune issue, it normally is due to inflammation in the body. Here, I don't have that issue, and I really do correlate that with the food because when I was in the States, I was always, not always, but I cooked, but I ate out a lot. But even when I did cook, I cooked very healthy. And when I ate out, I would stick to healthier options like Greek food or Thai food. I would stay away from heavily fried things. And I just still never felt right. I just always felt off. Here in Jamaica, I noticed that I'm not as hungry. I only eat here when I'm actually hungry. And in between meals, I eat lots of fruit. And I love that I can enjoy fruit again because I used to always have some type of irritation in my mouth from eating fruit, whether it was like my tongue itching, my throat itching, my gums swelling up. Something would always happen where I could not enjoy fruit in the States. Even if I went to Whole Foods and got quote unquote organic, whatever was on it, it just, or in it, it just did not agree with me. So here I only eat when I'm hungry, and whereas, in the States, I would just eat because it was there. I would just eat because it was there, even if I wasn't hungry. And I think that was due to my nervous system. I was always, and I craved a lot of sweets when I was in the US. And I believe spiritually, when you crave a lot of sweets, you are trying to, you want something, you want sweetness in your life. So because you don't have that sweetness in your life, you eat it. And we all know what white sugar does to the body. No good. Skin. My skin has improved on my face and body. I used to get regular facials in the States, and this is not anything against facials because if I was in the States or if my esthetician was here, I would still be getting facials because I do believe facials are very important for to maintain skin health, especially as we age. But I find that I don't have to use as many advanced anti-aging products. I feel like the environment here is just giving my skin a nice glow, a nice sheen. I used to spend hundreds of dollars on products when I lived in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is very, very dry. So I needed a lot of hydrating products, a lot of serums, a lot of different types of toners, just the whole shebang. Here I can get away with like an oil cleanse. I make my own exfoliant out of like cornmeal, ground cornmeal, and lime juice. And I do still have a little bit of the hydrating serum that I purchased in the States, but my skincare is very minimal. And again, I just believe that's due to the food. The fruits have lots of water in them, everything has lots of fiber. Certain things may help produce collagen. It's just working for me. Um, I'm walking better. So, like I said, when I left the States, would tend to walk on the sides, the outsides of my feet, and I didn't know why. Um, but again, I just believe that was due to anxiety that I was experiencing in the States. And now I can walk flat on my feet again without problem, and my balance is better as well. My sleep quality is much better. I go to bed early and I get up early, just naturally. I'm usually in bed by 10 p.m. And for me, that was early because when I was back in the States, I wouldn't go to bed till 1, 2 in the morning. And then I would wake up at in between 4 and 6. Like, that's just not resting. So here I really feel rested. I'll get up at 4 in the morning when I go to bed at 10, sometime at the latest 5, but I really don't even make it to 5. I'm up, even though it may still be dark outside. I just like to come and listen to the sounds of nature and, start making my bush tea, things like that. Just take a nice slow start to the morning. I lost inches, and this is without going to the gym, without any type of major fitness or exercise or anything. I lost inches due to the lack of fast food and the lack of delivery services. So no DoorDash, no Uber Eats, none of that stuff. I definitely have lost inches, and I go to an occasional yoga class on Sundays, and I walk the hills. I walk around my neighborhood, maybe 3 times a week. And then when I go into town, of course, I get on a lot of steps, especially when I take the route taxi. My gut issues have improved in the biggest way. I am rarely bloated anymore. And everything is flowing smoothly. So let's just keep that there. And I believe that's due to the high quality food that is grown locally and the access to fresh seasonal fruits and veggies. It's just been really a godsend for my gut, because I used to have like lots of trapped gas, lots of pain, really, really low in my belly. And now I don't have any of that anymore. My hair feels more hydrated and it feels thicker. And I think that might be due to the humidity. And I'm really grateful for that because, at 55, it's normally the opposite. Like, people are normally losing their hair or their hair is thinning. But I do feel that is attributed to me locking like 11 years ago now. I just decided to stop, putting heat on my hair outside of the natural sun, of course. And I think I stopped just in time to not get a lot of hair loss. But I do feel, again, the environment and the food, because your hair, they say treat your hair like a plant or a garden. Whatever you put in your body, it gets, transferred through your hair follicles. So, yes. I find that I'm sweating more here, and I find that the sweat kind of aids in like a natural detox, and it helps to trim you down. When I'm walking, I'm sweating because it's hot. Like, the sun is strong here in Jamaica. I can see why people walk around with umbrellas, because it's hot. I start sweating much sooner when I'm active. I remember working out sometimes in the States, in Vegas, and I wouldn't sweat. I would take a body pump class and I wouldn't sweat. I would take some type of cardio class and I wouldn't sweat. Or if I would sweat, it would just be from like my hairline. But here I sweat more evenly across my body. So I feel like my pores are open and ready and just happy to receive. I'm not sure. And I feel less overheated here. In the States, I would feel overheated when I would do certain things, but here I don't have that. Let's see, we talked about skin. Oh, eyes. So due to my autoimmune diagnosis, I would get a lot of redness in my left eye. And, oh, what's wrong, Ali? Oh, Ali is watching the fort. Ali, shh, stop. Come say hi. So my eyes don't get as red anymore, and And that's good because with the redness sometimes would come some pain. So again, it could be due to the humidity. It could be due to me eating more water-based foods here, more natural foods, but yeah, my eyes feel better here. And I did go to the eye doctor not long ago. I will be picking up my glasses, but I feel like I don't know if vision can improve, but I do feel my vision is crisper at times due to my climate. Let's see. What else? I'm definitely eating smaller meals. Doesn't take a lot to satisfy me. Oh, my joints. I don't have nearly as much stiffness with my joints. I move easier in the morning. So that has been a big change because I would literally get out of the bed with all the sound effects, the you know? But now I don't do that anymore. Just mentally overall, I feel great. I have much lower stress. In fact, I was wearing my Apple Watch, which I try not to wear that much lately because I read something really awful about it, that it disrupts some system on your body. I'm like, dang, we can't have anything. But it was saying how my beats per minute dropped like 12 beats. You know, that was insane to me. I was like, wow, I was on the road to hypertension. So yeah, those are the major changes that I have noticed. I'm sure there's more in my body since I've been in Jamaica. So again, I want to thank Jamaica. I want to thank the Jamaicans who have welcomed me. And I even want to thank the Jamaicans that haven't been so welcoming because, you know, life is about balance, you know. And I will update you again very shortly. And if you have anything that you have questions about that you'd like me to answer, let me know since I'm here. Yeah. So love, health, and wealth, everybody. Peace.